is 15 years old. She's in high school. She is coming today because she's been having a lot of relationship problems. And she just does not know how to deal with them. Her name is Katie.
Katie. Okay.
And that's all we got.
All right. It's nice to meet you, Katie. And what brings you in here today?
Yeah, so, well, my boyfriend, he has just been causing a lot of problems with me lately, and I don't know, I feel like we're fighting all the time, and I don't really understand why. I don't know, like, if I don't know what changed. You know, I guess I've been hearing a lot of rumors. I don't think they're true, but I don't know, maybe that's why the relationship has changed, but he's gotten really aggressive towards me. Not like physically aggressive, but anytime I say something, it just tells me to shut up or doesn't like listen to what I'm saying, and he ignores me, and he is on his phone a lot. And so sometimes I think the rumors are true because he's on his phone so much, but then again, I'm like, we've been together for 2 years now, so we started dating when I was 13, and he's 16, so he is a year older than me. So I think maybe that also might be an issue because he can drive and I can't, and so sometimes he wants me to come see him, and I'm like, my parents don't want to drive me there. Why can't you just pick me up? And he says, I don't have gas money, and I offer him gas money, so I don't understand it. So yeah.
So this is causing you a lot of stress lately, and
Yeah, because I'm trying to do school. You know, I play sports. I'm also in band, and so I'm playing basketball right now, and then I have band practice, and then we have concerts, and then practices, and then also I play volleyball, and I travel like right now, so I'm doing traveling volleyball. And so we have practices one night a week and then tournaments on the weekends as well. So if I'm not having a basketball tournament, I probably have a volleyball tournament or band thing, event, whatever it may be. And those are less, but still. So the nights that we can hang out are, you know, a few nights a week, and I just asked him to come over, and he doesn't want to drive there, and I don't understand because he lives 10 minutes from me. So, and it's just really frustrating.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to deal with fighting with him every single night, putting in the energy to fight with him. I mean, I don't try to fight, but he is like constantly picking fights with me, and I have to defend myself, and I try to tell him, you know, I'm really busy, and he knows I'm really busy, and he is also busy because he plays basketball too.
Yeah.
So he understands that, and it's just, I don't know why he can't come over on Sundays when we don't have anything, you know, and hang out for a while. And then he says, because he doesn't have good grades, he doesn't do his homework. I end up doing his homework half the time, so I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't know why he can't put an effort out for me, you know?
Have you tried to talk to him and sit him down and talk about this stuff?
I mean, yeah, I've tried so hard to just say, hey, you know, like, what's going on? And he just says, oh, you're thinking too much into it. And so I've heard a lot of rumors about him cheating on me. And I've tried to bring that up to him, and he just refuses. He won't talk to me about it, and he says that it's not true and that we don't need to go any further in the discussion. And, you know, he's let me look at his phone, but he doesn't seem too nervous about it when I'm like, can I see your phone then? And he's like, sure. And so it makes me think, like, if he was cheating, he probably wouldn't be letting me have his phone. And if he is cheating, then he's deleting it somehow. But because, I mean, I guess since we're not together a lot, he probably has time to delete it. I don't know.
So you're really unsure, and there's a lot of uncertainty in this situation, and you don't know if you can really trust him.
And it's weird because we've been together for 2 years, and it just started happening in the last like 3 months. that he's just been acting so weird, and I've never had issues trusting him, and now I just don't know because I'm afraid he's like he just keeps hurting me like mentally, I guess, because he's trying to fight with me all the time, and I don't know how to handle it, and he gets so angry about things, and he'll yell sometimes, and most of the time he doesn't because we're at our parents' house or whatever. But if we're in the car and driving somewhere or something and we get in a fight, which pretty much happens anytime we're together, he will kind of yell and raise his voice, and I'll just say, I don't like that. You know, can you please calm down before we can talk about this, because I don't want to discuss it with you. And then he will calm down, but then he never wants to discuss it again.
Yeah. So then that brings a lot of like anger and stress to the situation.
Yeah, and it makes me angry, and so then I've never yelled at him. I've never raised my voice, and so when I'm angry, I try to talk to him, but he doesn't take it. And I am afraid I'm gonna have to yell for him to understand what I'm trying to say, because I'll ask him why he's upset with me, because I feel like there's something else. You know, I don't think that he's just every single day upset with me. And then anytime I bring up breaking up, he starts to cry and apologizes. And so then it's okay for, you know, a few days, but then it starts all over again. And recently I've just been really like down on myself, because I feel like this is really my fault. Like I did something, you know, to upset him, and I didn't mean to. And like I feel like he's told me that I'm the problem, and I try to ask him, you know, what he means by that, but he won't. He'll just be like, well, you don't put as much effort into this as I do. And I think he means because I can't drive to him. And I'm like, I can't do anything about that.
Yeah, that's not really under your control.
Like, I'm only 15. I can't drive. Yeah. You're the one with the car. And I've offered him so many times, like, I will give you gas money if it's that big of a deal. But I don't even understand, because he doesn't even pay for his gas half the time anyways. He doesn't have a job, so his mom gives him money every week. But he likes to spend that on his games and everything else. And I mean, that's fine. But he needs to chill out if he's going to be mad at me for that. Yeah. Because I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. So you said this started happening recently, that you guys have started really getting angry at each other. But like previously in your relationship in the last couple of years, was there anything significant that you guys would argue about regularly?
The only thing that we would really argue about is he used to be a lot more flirtatious towards girls, and he would kind of flirt. He would kind of like, it seemed like he was cheating, but he never did anything. He just would kind of lead girls on, maybe. And I really didn't know. I don't know what to do. And I really didn't know how to handle that. But I never really. I confronted him about it eventually, because I saw like on his Snapchat that he was best friends with multiple girls, and I was just like, hey, you know, I feel like, you know, that might be crossing the line a little bit. I was like, I'm not mad at you. I understand that they're your friends. And I want you to still have friends. Like, that's not, I'm not trying to say be controlling or anything, but I just think that maybe you should spend less time talking to them. Because, and he at first, you know, never talked to them while I was around, and so I felt like that was kind of sketchy, but I didn't really think that much into it. And then, but when he started talking to them around me, that's when I confronted him about it. And then he was like, oh my gosh, you know, you're right. And then he stopped talking to those people like to all those girls, and that was really, you know, the extent to our fighting for like almost a year and over a year and a half.
So you guys got along most of the time, you would say?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. Like, yeah, neither of us could drive, you know. Like, when we first started dating, it was like freshman relationships, you know, like, or middle school almost. And, like, our parents would take us to places and we could go on dates like that. And then, after, you know, they would, like, drop us off, or he would come over, like, his mom would drop him off at my house. And he liked to come over to my house a lot because he just likes it better for some reason. I don't know. Like, his family, I guess, like, is known as, like, they have less money. I don't want to sound, like, conceited or anything. He just likes my house better. So that's, like, why it's so weird that he recently just does not want to come over. And I don't know if something, like, if my parents said something to him that made him upset, you know? I don't know. It's just really weird.
And do you have, like, other friends and family members that you can kind of talk to about this stuff?
Yeah, my friends, they're the ones who have told me that he's cheating because of his behaviors and or his actions, and I tell them, you know, no, you guys don't know him like I do, because they really don't. I mean, I've been with him for so long, and a lot of my friends, you know, they obviously know him because we went to school together, but they don't know him, like, as much, like, you know, as well as I do. And so I really feel like they just don't like him right now because he has been so mean to me, even though they've loved him before. So now it is kind of weird that they don't like him anymore, and that they keep saying this. And they said that the girl that he's cheating, like one of the girls he's cheating with, told them, and she begged them not to tell me, but they felt like they had to because they're my friend, not her friend. They don't even know her. And so they ended up telling me, and then I confronted him immediately, you know, and then he denied it, and then now some other people at school told me that he has multiple girlfriends, and that they go to different schools. And so I don't know what to believe, because when I asked him about that, he didn't want to talk about it, but he denied it. So, and I can't find anything. I mean, I don't want to be snoopy. Like, I mean, I want to know if he's cheating on me, but I feel like I trust him enough that I don't have to snoop through all this stuff. But I do look at his phone just to see, like, any obvious signs, and I can't find anything, you know? And I'm like, well, maybe he's, like, logged into something else, and then he logs out, or I don't know. If he's just really good at it and being really sneaky or what, I'm not sure.
So you still want to work on the relationship. You don't want to just give up on it.
I mean, we've been together for 2 years. We've been through a lot. I mean, you know, like our middle school phases and stuff, and like freshman year of high school and everything. Like, he was always there for me when I didn't understand what was going on, and he has just been really, like, before he was so good to me. Like, he took me, well, when he got his license, he took me on dates and stuff, and that's, you know, we used to go out all the time, and so it's just kind of weird that he won't go on dates with me anymore. And I ask him to go to restaurants and stuff, and he just refuses. Like, he's like, no, I just want to stay home and chill. And I'm like, well, okay, that's fine, but, you know, and then he'll offer, oh, well, we can get carry out. And I'm like, I guess that's fine, but it's not the same, you know? So
so it seems like you're putting in the effort, and he's kind of just losing interest almost.
I feel like that, and that's why I've asked him, like, do you just want to break up? And, you know, the other day I was like, listen, I can't keep doing this, and, you know, I feel like we're coming to an end. And he was like, no, we're not. I don't want to lose you. So, and, you know, begging almost, and I know that sounds stupid, but that's what it felt like. He was begging for me to stay, and I was just like, I don't know what to do now. And so, and he doesn't see anything wrong with it. He's like, well, couples fight. And like, but not every single day. I mean, if we're 15 and 16, we should not be fighting every single day like this.
Yeah.
Like, we're too young for that. Like, I mean, maybe old couples, I'm not really sure because I'm not old, but maybe they fight every day, but I don't like it. And I never have seen my parents act like this. And so, I also don't know, maybe in his own home he sees that. But his parents are really nice. I mean, I don't know. I've been over there a lot, or kind of a lot recently, you know. Like, I've been over there more. And they don't seem to have any issues that are like fighting and screaming and yelling and stuff. So I just don't know where this stuff came from, like where it started, like when it started happening, and you know, like why it started happening.
And so, what kind of positive things about your relationship that are you like wanting to keep going? Like what you're wanting to save in a relationship?
Well, he's my best friend, you know. Like we hang out. I mean, we used to hang out every day, and so I know a lot about him, and he knows a lot about me, and he has helped me through some difficult times, you know, like I had a best friend who decided that she didn't want to be my friend anymore, and she spread a bunch of rumors about me that were not true, and he was there for me when that happened, and he, you know, has just been kind of like the person that I go to for everything, and he still is, even though, like, so when we're not fighting, you know, I still know that I can go to him. And then, I mean, I know I love him, and he usually treats me well, and he has like the same life goals as me, you know, kind of like we both want to go to college, we both love sports, and we probably like want to stay involved with sports as long as we possibly can. And we talked about it, you know, if he gets a scholarship and I get a scholarship, like we're gonna try to go to the same school, you know. And so we've kind of talked about like the future, you know, and we have like the same ideas about what we want. So I don't know, I just don't want to give up on that, because I feel like we could work out. I mean, if he's cheating on me, then like he knows that that's the end of it. Like we've never, like that's not for me. I'm not doing that. I don't like that. I don't want to be treated like that.
Yeah. It sounds like you've got a lot going on, and this relationship's caused a lot of stress in your life, and you guys have been together for a long time, and it's only recently gone really bad, and with all the rumors being spread around, that sounds like a lot, but I'm sure that you guys will try to work it out, and hopefully it'll go well.